Okay. And keep typing in the chat for the sake of your, other people to see what you do. So I'm going to go right into it. We're going to start our session. And today's session is about online selling. Online selling, but not just online selling, but attraction selling. All right, so let me just start my slides. Just a moment. Yes, so today's session is on attraction selling. How do we sell like Jesus? How many of you understand how Jesus sold? Anyway, today you're going to understand, just in case you don't understand Jesus selling style. But we like to, when it comes to online selling, we like to copy Jesus style of selling. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you? Oh, yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, so attraction selling. At 20X, we focus on attraction selling and not pushing. Faith, please be checking on everyone so that you mute those who are unmuted. Please check for me. Yeah, so we focus on attraction selling, and we're going to understand what that means. So today I want you to continue introducing yourselves on the chat. Say who you are, what you sell, and where you're joining us from. We'll pick a few. We'll just read a few of you towards the end. So our objective tonight is to understand the internet landscape. And the other objective is to understand what people do on social media. And then we're going to see whether we will manage to change your mindset about social media. Some of you are already into it, and others may not be into it. So we're going to see those who are not selling online, what is the problem? Those who are not using social media, what is the problem? And then hopefully we manage to just change your mindset when it comes to social media. Just briefly to introduce myself and 20X, I am Eunice Mainamburu. I'm the Chief Sales Trainer and Coach at 20X Entrepreneur. 20X Entrepreneur is a sales accelerator company. When you talk about sales acceleration, it means that we do everything that will help you accelerate your sales 20 times in 3 to 5 years. So it's very measurable. We put, do we call putting, what do you call it? Putting a rope on our neck, to give this promise, because this is our commitment and it is our aspiration that when you join our programs, that you're going to grow your sales 20X. Why? Because we believe that sales is a science, and because it is a science, if you can learn how we have done it before, because I personally have been able to grow sales 20 times. So if you can learn how I did it, then you can do it too. We've had other people who have been able to grow 17 times, even in 3 months. Others have been able to grow 50 times. Others have been able to grow 2 times. Others have grown 50%. And therefore, we believe that it can be done. And because it is a science, then you just need to follow the process. And if you don't get it, then you repeat the process. So how do we do that? We have sales consultancy. When you talk about sales consultancy, is basically where we evaluate your organization. This includes sales appraisal or sales audit, where we audit your organization. We want to understand the architecture of your organization or the structural, how structured it is to be able to support 20 times growth. So once we understand the structure, how the people are aligned, and when you say the people, it's not just the salespeople. We also mean other departments like the finance, like IT, like marketing. How are they aligned to help the organization grow 20 times? And then we give recommendations. Now, part of those recommendations might involve training and coaching or recruitment. So we do all that in your organization. And then the other thing that we offer is a networking opportunity for people. And we have an event, an annual event called Sales Fest Africa, which is held every January. It's been happening in Nairobi for the last 3 years. And in October, end of October, we plan to go to Dubai and network there. This is for you to find opportunities across border. Remember, the Kenya shilling has depreciated. How many of you have feeling the effects of the depreciation? Then we need to bring in the dollars, the foreign currency. So this is your opportunity to go and explore opportunities where you can either sell your products in Dubai, or you can, partner with other people in Dubai, or meet other Kenyans in Dubai and sell to them your products there. So please mark that date is 29th of October. We'll be in Dubai networking and having fun, because we'll have worked so hard. So that's about 20X Entrepreneur. So our aspiration, as I said, is to help entrepreneurs and salespeople grow from X is where you are, to 20X, 20 times in 3 to 5 years. And this is not something that is just a word. It's because we have done it, and therefore we believe you can do it, all right? So, all right. Let's look at some numbers. For those of you who know me, how many of you are here for the first time? Let me see by a show of hand. You're here for the first time? Okay, is that the right question? Yes, how many of you are here for the first time? We normally have these webinars every Thursday, 7 p.m. Just raise your hand if you're here for the first time, very first time, or you can put an emoji, just put something so that we see you. Let me see. Am I seeing anyone? Are you seeing people who are raising hands?
Yes, we have about 5 of them.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so for those who are here for the first time, as I said, I'm the Chief Sales Trainer and Coach at 20X Entrepreneur. And I am a scientist. I studied chemistry and mathematics, so I love numbers. Somebody told me that, we scientists like to brag. We keep saying that I am a scientist, and therefore I'm slow to understand things. You know, people who say that. Yeah.
Sales.
Yeah. So they keep. Somebody asked me, why do you scientists have to keep reminding people that you're scientists? Yes, we like to remind you that you're scientists. What it means to be a scientist, it means that, you see, science is something tangible. There's a process, there's a logic. It is not something that, like salespeople will tell me that, I'm hoping to meet my target. I tell them hope is not a strategy. You see, because it's not a science. It's good to have hope, but when it comes to sales, hope is not the strategy. We need to see how exactly are you going to meet the target. So today, I want us to look at some numbers, very interesting numbers from the mathematician. But you can find these numbers online because they're there, they're available. And these are numbers on the total population of the world as at January 2023 according to my source, that is United Nations government bodies, GSMA intelligence, they say that the total population of the world is 8.01 billion. Okay. And there is 57.2% urbanization. Now, if you know what that means, it means that people are moving from locals or the villages or the counties to the urban area. So 57.2%. Please mark that number. Now, the number of unique mobile phone users in the world are 5.44 billion. Now, if you compare that, the growth, or sorry, the rate of mobile use is 68%. It's higher than urbanization. That is what these numbers are saying. Now, let's go to the internet user. We have 5.16 billion people using internet. When we say internet, it's not just social media, but it also involves emails. It also involves, you know, you're browsing on your website. Those are internet users. Now, again, it's still faster than urbanization. So 64.4%. And then we have number of active social media users is at 4.76 billion. Again, still higher than urbanization, 59.4% of the population. So what are these numbers telling us? Let's show you some more numbers. Just stay with me. Today is numbers day, all right? Let's look at the digital growth compared to the population growth. Now, the total population is growing year on year at 0.8%. Now, this is the number of new births that are happening every year. That is, every year we're increasing the population by 67 million numbers. But the unique mobile phone users are growing by 3.2%. That is 168 million year on year, as at January 2023, this year. The number of internet users are growing by 1.9%, which is 98 million. And there's this very interesting number here, active social media users, new ones, is growing by 3% year on year. That is increasing by 137 million every year. All right? My source is the same, the Meltwater, all right? Now let's look at other very interesting math. The amount of time that people are spending on social media applications, per application. Now, and of course, the year-on-year change. Now you will notice that people are spending 23 hours, 9 minutes on YouTube on average per month. All right? This is the average. Now that means, you know, there are those people who say, me, I'm not on social media. It includes all those people, yeah? Those who are not on social media, even you see the other number that has no social media, it's included here. The average person is 23 hours, 9 minutes per month. That is on YouTube. On Facebook is 19 hours, 43 minutes. On WhatsApp is 17 hours, 20 minutes. And you can see WhatsApp, if you look at last year's data, WhatsApp was growing, but now I don't know what is causing it to go down. And you will see that number somewhere else, all right? People are spending 12 hours on Instagram, so an increase of 6.9%, that's 46 minutes. People are reducing WhatsApp by, 1 hour. Last year it was 18 hours, but now it has gone down. TikTok has really grown, and as you can see, it has increased by 19.7%, which is 23 hours and 28 minutes. Actually, more than YouTube. Derek, please mute for me. Okay, so I just want to focus on these. These are the top 5 that we use in Kenya, isn't it? All right, that is the amount of time. Now let's look at the world's most most used social media platform. In 2021, WhatsApp was the most used, but now 2023, Facebook is the most used at 2.9 billion. 2.9 billion people are using Facebook. 2.5 billion are using YouTube. 2 billion on WhatsApp and 2 billion on Instagram. The rest I will not talk about. Telegram is coming up slowly. What else do we use in Kenya? Twitter is down there at 556 million. Yeah, so those are the numbers. So what are these numbers telling us? Let me hear from you. Let me hear from a few people. When you get an opportunity, please introduce yourself and tell us, what are these numbers? What are you hearing from the numbers? Now, the thing with mathematician, we actually see stories in numbers. So anyone else who is seeing a story in those numbers? Anyone who would like to share? This is a sales class, so I expect volunteers. Or do you want me to volunteer you? Ruth, what are the numbers telling us? Ruth Ijusa. What are you hearing from those numbers? And you can type in the chat. Yeah, I'm waiting. Caroline Gatti says, FB is a great platform. I like, yes, go on. Who is this?
Ruth.
Oh, Ruth, go ahead.
Yeah, it means that we have more people on social media than in the open market. Like so we can do a lot of sales on social media compared to open markets.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Ruth. Yep. What did you say you said? You didn't tell us.
I'm a medical representative.
Oh, a med rep. I used to be a med rep sometimes back.
Oh, okay.
Ngendo, what are the numbers telling you? Anne, I can see Anne there raising her hand, and Nelly. Nelly Kimani, please go ahead and mute yourself and tell us, what are those numbers saying?
I have a question, just to clarify.
Ask.
Are those numbers based on age? So that maybe we can see if you're targeting a particular age, or if you're you're targeting a particular profession. Does that really matter? No? Okay.
No, the numbers I've given you, it's overall. I did not discriminate.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
No,
okay.
I did not say it doesn't matter. I just
as in like,
numbers.
Okay. All right.
And the question is, what are you hearing from the numbers? What are you learning from the numbers?
That we're spending a lot of time on social media, and it's causing our decisions are based on what we are seeing and what we are hearing on social media. So you can use that platform to, yes, you use it to sell yourself.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Nelly. Thank you very much. Somebody else here, Bugwa Gishaga, says TikTok is overrated. Not as big globally as it said, but in Kenya, I hear it is right up there. Okay, yes, but it's growing very fast. The truth is it's growing very fast. Kennedy says the numbers are giving us a warning. Avoid social media and digital platforms at your own peril. Thank you so much, Kennedy. That is so true. Caroline says FB is a great platform, unlike what we have heard, that it is for old folks. We will come to that. You see, yeah, we will get to that. At least you're getting the story. Do you see how numbers are beautiful? So am I converting some people to be mathematicians like me? The numbers are so beautiful because they tell stories and they don't lie. Numbers do not lie. All right. So just to remind you, let me just remind you as we proceed. that people buy from people they know, like, and trust. That's a science. So the question is, how do you make people know you, like you, and trust you? So the same experience that you have offline, that experience must come online, because you can't be meeting strangers on the streets and you want to marry them on the same day. So it's the same thing on social media. You don't want to meet people on the first day and you want to marry them. So how do they get to know you? How do they like you? And how do they get to like you? And how do they trust you? So that's, put it somewhere at the back of your mind, because we will come back to it. All right. Now, some more numbers here. These numbers are very, very interesting. Of course, you know, you could take several options. I believe when they were doing this research, some people could pick more than one thing that they were doing. That's why you see they're not adding to 100%, they're more than. But what are people using internet for? What are they doing online? And this, it's for age between 16 to 64 years old. This data here that I'm presenting, the people who are interviewed or were polled were between 16 to 64 years old. So what is the primary reason? They are online. And you can see leading is finding information at 57.8%. The next closely, they want to stay in touch with friends and family. The next one is keeping up to date with news and events. Others are just watching videos, TV shows, and movies. Others are researching how to do things. And it's quite a big percentage, 47%. Others are finding new ideas or inspirations. Others are researching for, actually 43.4 are researching products and brands. And then we have those who are accessing and listening to music, filling up spare time and just general browsing. Education and study and related purposes are there also. These are the main reasons why people are online, including meeting new people and making new connections. What are these numbers telling you? What are those, this particular number? What are you hearing from these numbers? Let me stop there and hear from you. You can type in the chat. Ruth Mutua, yes, the numbers indicate a shift from physical marketing to online. Yes, so what is this particular number telling us? The main reasons for using the internet. What is this telling us? Let me hear. Let me stop sharing. This is a conversation. Our meetings are conversational. So when you come here, be ready to speak so that we get to understand one another. Okay. Lorna is saying internet cannot be ignored. That is true. But there's a number I want to hear. This one, this particular slide here. What is it saying? What are you hearing from this slide? Anyone who has raised their hand, Faith, you can help me. All right, anyone?
Hello.
Yes, go on.
So my name is Anthony from Nyotanjema.
Yes.
So maybe to give a highlight of what I'm getting from those figures, I think it's a good platform for you to start educating, given that 57.8% are looking for information. So I think you can create such a platform where maybe you educate your prospects about your product you're selling. Yeah, maybe they can start from there before you get to know each other into details.
Awesome. Thank you, Anthony Mugi.
Yeah.
Anyone else who want to say something about the last slide, the numbers? Lorna Mutegi says, more than 50% of people are online looking for information. And then Chantel is saying that internet isn't really being used for business in as much as online marketing is a trend. However, it's mostly being used for research and learning purposes. All right, very interesting insights there. Bogwa says, the internet is being used for so much from info, entertainment, and general relaxation. All right. Keep typing, please. Let's keep typing. Okay. So what, somebody, Anthony, you need to mute. Okay. All right. So these numbers are saying something very interesting. And I think there's someone who picked it up, that majority of the people who are online are not actually online to buy. They are either researching how to do things, or they are finding information, or they
bear with us. It seems that she has disconnected. She's having network issues. Bear with us for a minute.
Derek, maybe you can remind us what was the top reason why people on the internet, so that people can put in the group the reactions to Eunice's question.
Yes.
Oh.
Ivan says, oh, she's back.
Sorry.
Oh, thank God.
So my power went off. I'm sure I just turned into darkness. I hope you're not thinking that Jesus has come back again and then taken me and you're left. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You know how the Bible says that some will be, some people will be two, and then one will go and the other one will be left. Can you hear me, Derek?
Yes, we can. We can.
Yes, we can.
Aha. All right. Okay. Awesome. So we were saying that the numbers are telling us, a very interesting story. Let me just go back to that number. And some of you have picked it, that truly people are not online. They're not coming to buy online. Yet they're spending hours. They're spending hours and hours online, either to research, find things, how to do things, or to be entertained. And that's why you find that influencers get a lot of following, because they're able to keep people entertained. Can you see my screen? Okay. So now let me give you some more numbers. So just hold on, don't get bored. I know there's some people who say, I don't like mathematics. This is not mathematics, this is numbers. Now, according to McCrack, on average, desktop users spend 2.5 seconds on any piece of content on the platform, compared to mobile users who spend only 1.7 seconds on a single, just a single piece of content. So basically, and for younger people, the younger audience, it's shorter than 1.7 seconds. So basically what this is saying that you only have 1.7 seconds to make an impact, to make someone decide whether they want to continue reading your content or listening to your content or not. Tuko pamoja? Please type what you're getting from all this. So if that is the attention span, so what should we do? What is your what do you make from this? Yeah, let me hear. The attention span, if I'm using my laptop, like here, at least I can take 2.5 seconds. Please count 2.5 seconds. 1, 2, and it's over. And when using mobile phone, it's 1.7 seconds on average. But of course, if it's a younger audience, it is much less than that. What are you hearing from that one? Now connect with what people are doing online, plus now the attention span. What do you hear? Please type or raise your hand and share. Anthony Mugi says, it's a good chance to educate your prospects on your product and to have an insight. Rachel Wainaina says, good chance to draw attention, to be interested. Abugwa says, yes, the attention span is very limited. So what do you think you should do? Yes, Lorna says we need to be super creative with content. Kevin, the first impression matters. Yes, but even that first impression, you only have 1.7 seconds, to make that first impression. And that does not mean that people do not read long content. It does not mean that people cannot listen, more than, a minute content. Or what it says that you have 1.7 seconds to make me want to proceed or not. All right. So let's talk about the Jesus style. How did Jesus do it? I'm sure you came because you saw that and you're like, hey, what does Jesus have to do with how did he do it? Let me hear from you. How did Jesus actually do it? And Nelly is saying you need to use pictures. They are put up. So yeah, but yes, you need to know what exactly do you need to do. So how did Jesus do it? Now, just to give you a background for those who may not be Bible readers, Jesus is the Son of God according to the Bible, and he was sent as man to be here. And his first 30 years, he didn't do any ministry, he was just around. And then the last 3 years, he was moving from one place to the other. And one thing that he used to do very well is that he went about his business. He did not go telling people, come and see what I can do. He did not say that I am a miracle worker. Did you hear Jesus says, I am a miracle worker? He was just saying, I am the truth, the life, and I'm the way, the truth, the life. But when he found sick people, what did he do? He healed them. Let me see what your comments on the chat before. He used relatable examples as true, like Jesus with parables, yes. He left people with something to engage in mind. He used stories. You guys just have this. Please keep typing. You guys got this, yeah? Let me see, yeah. He used parables, he used relatable examples, and he did not tell people to come to him. He just went about his business, doing what he knows how to do best, helping people, solve their problems. He found some who are blind and do you want to see? No, Jesus have been here. Was it the person who was in the well? Was it the one who wanted to see or the leper? I think it was the leper who would say, no, I've been here seated. Anytime I want to get to the well, somebody else gets in before me. You know that story? And you know, he heals that one. He finds a blind person. Some he puts some clay and they start seeing. So basically, Jesus just went about helping people. And in the process, what happened? Let's see. Yes, he met their needs, he solved their problems, and people referred him. I like this, fab organizers, yeah? What else? Use miracles, signs of wonders, yeah? And people continued referring. And before he knew it, people were just following. So what does that tell us? You've seen the numbers on social media, they are huge. And you know that some people are followed more than others. So we as business people, we are not going to do, you know, if you're not in the business of entertainment, we don't expect you to go and start doing entertainment. But what is this that you can do to keep attracting people? Because what we talk about at 20X is the Jesus style, attraction selling, whereby you're not pushing products, but you're attracting people to come to you. You solve their problem and they go telling others about you. So in this today's session, I'm not talking about advert, because advert is pushing, it's outbound. I'm talking about attraction. And I'm not saying that adverts don't work, they do. What we are talking about today is how do you attract? Now, attraction selling saves you a lot of money and it is very sustainable because people keep telling others about you. Now, how many of you know how, you know, understand that referral is a very powerful way of selling? Anyone? Okay, let me ask the correct question. Which is the most effective way of selling in your business? Just put it in the chat, the business you do and your most effective way of selling. Just type in the chat or you can unmute and share. Please follow instructions. What do you sell and what is the most effective way of selling? Yeah, I see Caroline saying referral. Gladys, you want to go? Okay, go ahead. Tell us.
Hello, I'm Gladys. I said insurance. Yeah, referral is the best. It's the most effective. When you are referred to a client, you are sure of a business. That's a sure bet.
Exactly, exactly. So now that, and even Jesus never went calling people, it's people who referred him. You remember the woman at the well? The one he told, you know, that you have, yes, you have 5 husbands and even the one you have is not yours. And then she left everything to go and tell people, come and see a man who has told me many things, because Jesus told her about, you know, the well and their father Abraham and so many other things that she did not think that a Jew would understand. So referral is the most powerful. So how do you bring that in the online space? We are going to get there. Irene says, I sell commercial equipment, referrals work best for me. Now, the challenge that I've seen with many of our students is that it gets a point whereby you tell us, now I no longer have more referrals because you have exhausted your referral system. So how do you ensure that you do not exhaust your referral system? All right. How do you ensure you don't exhaust? So let's just keep on there. Let's proceed. So the Jesus style is continue doing good, continue healing people, continue raising the dead. As you do that, then people will see and they will start calling each other and say, come and see. And I am sure you're here because somebody either, you know, referred you, especially those who are here for the first time. Somebody called you and asked you, you know, come and see what 20X is doing. Or somebody told you that, hey, these guys are doing something. And that's why you're here. Let me see in the chat. How many are here because somebody said? or somebody referred them. Okay. So yes, you continue giving the best service. You continue solving problems. You continue understanding your customers. And now the only thing you're going to add, you don't keep quiet. You need to let people know what you're doing. All right. So you continue sharing what it is that you're doing. All right. What are your fears when it comes to social media, marketing, being online? What are your fears? Please type in the chat. What are some of your fears? Let me see. Okay, Troy Technologies, referral the most effective. All right, yeah, referral is the best. But how do you make sure that that pipeline of referral is always coming? Fab Organizer says ad don't convert, yeah. Lucy says, let them trust you even with the weather and their trust, yes. So what are your fears? Chantel Baraka says, lack of trust due to negative comments, failing to meet my client's needs. Continue typing your fears. What is this that you fear? When it comes to being online and selling online, what are your fears? Okay, con games, clients not paying. All right, poor service from who? From you offering your customer poor service or people offering you poor service? We're talking about you as the seller. What do you fear? Yes?
Lakini najua msichana nimeona. Silvia kuna mbele
Please
yako.
mute. All right. How to do it professionally, looking the part, yes. Delivery headaches, because yes, all those are some of the fears. I just hope, so where do you start with all these fears that you have? Where do you begin? You have seen that whether you're selling online or not, whether you have fears or not, people are selling, all right? People are making money online. And you're either the product or the buyer. I mean, so long as you're online, you're a product, or you're a buyer, or you're a seller, or you're the three. So if you're not selling, that means you're a product or a buyer. So the beginning point is that you need to change your mindset. What are you using your social media for? All right. What are you doing online? Your business, remember what I asked you to do? People buy from people they know, like, and trust. So your business online, remember, people are not online to buy. And that's why ads do not convert, because you're advertising, you're pushing a product, but people want information. People want to know how to do things, but you're busy pushing a product. So what are you using the social media for? You should be using it to get people to know you, like you, and trust you, all right? So there needs to be a mindset change. Then the next question you ask yourself is, what is your unique value proposition? What is this unique that you can bring to this world, to that world? Whether it is your product, whether it is you, what is the uniqueness that you bring to the online space? Because if you don't have something unique, then you see that, you see this picture, some black people with a red one? You won't stand out if you're just, like everybody else. So what is it that you have that is unique? Number two, who do you serve with this unique something? This value that is so unique, who do you serve? What do they do? What are their profession? What are their pains? What are their desires? What are their hopes? You need to understand your customer. who you serve. And then the next question is, yes, I've jumped. Yeah, you need to understand that customer. What are their pain points? What are their hopes and desires? Okay, what does that value proposition, how does it help this customer, meet their desires? Okay, what platforms is your customer? This customer who has those pains, those hopes, those desires, where are they found? You see, somebody asked, does the numbers I was giving, do they matter the age or the people? It matters. Different ages are in different platforms. Different people are in different platforms. So if you're targeting a business to business, clearly your best bet is LinkedIn, yeah, because it's very effective for business to business. If you're doing, goods for the young people who are on TikTok, then your best bet is on TikTok. Now, that does not mean that you cannot post on other platforms, but that means that you need to focus on the platform where your customer is and make it very effective, because different platforms work differently. The algorithm works differently. So once you know where they are, then you need to understand that platform. How does it work? What, how do you make the algorithm work for you? All right. And now, finally, when it comes to how do you engage, what is it that you should be doing? Remember, people are there to connect with their friends, to find new information, to find how to do things, to get, news. They're not there to buy. They're there to connect or to research. So how then do you engage? Connect. Remember, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. I know this is when you're feeling, oh my God, my private life. Because for people to get to trust you, you need to be authentic. They need to know that you're a human being. People don't buy from companies, people buy from people. So connect with people at a human level. All right? You need to have that human connection. Human connection is like what Jesus did. Stories, just educate, just share your life, share your stories with them, and then give value. The Bible says, give and shall come back to you, full measure, shaken together and running over. Please don't take until you have given. Yeah, so give value. And what you give need to be so valuable. Now, some people, when I say give value, they will say, does it mean I have to give free samples? That is also one way of giving. However, it doesn't have to be tangible goods. It could be give information, give education, but give something. And then you can ask for value. So this is where now you ask for people to either, buy. After you have given them, then they are close to you, they know you, they like you, they have trusted you, now they can buy from you. Okay. Now the problem comes in because you want to take before you connect and give. So you cannot take until you have connected. That is the first step. Then you give and then you take. Are we together? But it is easier said than done, because we always say at 20x, there's always a gap between what you know and what you do. Now you have known something new, but doing is the work. So 20x Entrepreneur, we bridge the execution gap, which is to enable you to do what you know so that you can get the results that you want. Our goal and our aspiration is to help you grow 20 times. So because of that, we have designed for you courses and programs that can help you actually do like what you've just learned. We have a whole, like 2 sessions of now the doing, you actually doing what you've just learned. All right. So what next is you can enroll for the 21-day sales challenge. In the 21-day sales challenge, what we want to achieve is that you achieve the discipline of selling daily, consistently, and predictably in 3 weeks. What we have seen is people are able to, double their weekly performance in those 3 weeks. All right. So on week 1, we focus on, just, looking at your customer, deeply identify who you serve and And week 2, we normally say there are many ways of killing the cat. How do you generate leads, both online and offline? On week 3, we talk about customer discovery and handling objections. Now, these 3 weeks we meet virtually as a group. This is for coaching and accountability. But every day there are lessons for you to go through every day of the 3 weeks. And it is intense focus to make you sell daily and consistently. Okay? Then the other way you could engage is the 12-week sales accelerator. This is where we compress time and say that, what you normally think of doing in a year, can we compress and push ourselves to achieve at least 40% of what you can achieve in a year? Why? Because you can achieve so much given so much time. So you can achieve, something you could achieve in a year in 3 months. That is possible. It depends with, are you able to follow the science that we share? Are you willing to have the discipline to do the things that we ask you to do? And then we have weekly accountability sessions. Every week for 12 weeks, we meet. And the question is, you promised to do 1, 2, 3. Why didn't you do it? How can we help you? And we support you. And then there's daily training and coaching and a lot of, activities that are geared towards you growing your sales. Our aim for this is that you double or 4 times your monthly sales in 12 weeks. All right. For the business owners only, we have the Leaders Mastermind. Now, the Leaders Mastermind, one thing we've discovered is that many business owners lose their salespeople because they don't have a clear, simple, and executable sales strategy. So we help you create a strategy that is executable by your sales teams. We help you create a system that will produce sales daily and consistently, and that your salespeople are able to follow and do exactly what you want them to do. We also help you create a system of recruiting, training, and coaching your salespeople to be able to sell daily, consistently, and predictably. So those are some of the offers that we have for you. For the 21 days sales challenge is 15,000 shillings. I want to give a 10% discount, Derek, for the people who are in this webinar today. I'm just feeling philanthropic. So 10% discount is for you when you sign up for the next 21 days sales challenge. All right. Any questions, any comments, any complaints? Let me see what you have put. Carol, how much do you give? What is the limit? Our rule at 20X is you give 3 times, you take once. We do 3. Now you can design yours. Okay, like now we are here giving you. How much can we give you? Should we reduce? Carol, is this sufficient for you? Caroline Gatti.
Yes, please.
Yes, you're asking how much you should. We're here giving you. Tell us. Give me.
Sometimes I think my question is related to, because sometimes you feel as if you give in too much and you're not receiving. And the question is then, how much do you continue giving? I also believe what I've seen is that most people like
and you're not receiving is because you. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I'm saying most people like receiving but not giving back. So I have that question.
All right, thank you, Carol. When you give and you're not receiving, then there's a problem with your asking. The Bible says, my people do not receive because they do not ask. And when they ask amiss. So maybe what you need to learn is how to ask, so that then you can receive. Because the same Bible also says, ask and you will receive. opened. Seek and you will find. It's a principle and it applies even in sales. So how much you should give before you receive, you decide. But you need to give and you need to ask and you need to be comfortable asking and you need to know how to ask properly. Have I answered your question, Carol?
I think we ask, maybe you don't know the method of asking, but in all, when we give, we have a call for action and it's not generating leads.
Yes.
But anyway, I guess we can.
So now I will invite you to join the 12-week sales accelerator. We will teach you how to ask. Is that okay, Carol? Please sign up for the 12-week sales accelerator.
If it
This
gives
is
me
where
guarantee that I'll get my money back, I have no problem signing my entire team.
if you follow the process, if you follow the discipline, you will get double your money. Not just your money back, double. I don't know whether Nancy is here. I don't know who is here who has gone through the 12 weeks. Anyone who can tell us whether they have gotten back their money? Okay. Is there anyone who has gone through the 12 weeks here? You can check on our YouTube channel. You see some people who have actually gotten more than they asked for. Carol. You know you're the one to do the work, Carol, but we show you the science of doing it and getting your money back. Yeah. Any other question? What do you sell, Carol?
Risk advisory services.
Aha. Yeah. So join the 12 weeks accelerator. And if you don't get back your money and you have followed the process, we'll return it back to you. Is that okay? 100%. Gladys is asking, what time is the class, Derek? When is our next 12 weeks? You just get in touch. You will get the details on which day and when, because I think we started the previous class last week. Yeah, but we have more classes that will be communicated to you. Any other question? Any other comments? Any other complaint? Or the packages? Okay, let me do that. I've not put it in summary. Which specific one would you like to see? Is it 21 days? The 12 weeks is here. On the 12 weeks, we focus on your vision. On week 1, week 2, we focus on you, because you cannot sell if you do not master you. So you first master yourself, and then you're able to master your customers, and then we build your personal brand, and then you start doing attraction selling. On actually week 7 is when you start doing attraction selling. And we do, we also take you through the Google marketing, both organic and paid options. That is for both Facebook, Google, and what's the other one? Instagram. And then we have, we look at your sales metrics, and then week 12, we do a performance evaluation. We actually evaluate your performance, or when you come in, you put in your current performance, and we keep tracking on a weekly basis. So it's not a place you come in to pass time, it's a place you come in to work on your business and get the results that you want. Okay. On the 21 days, this is how it looks like. On week 1, we focus on your customer and how to attract your customer. And every day there is a lesson for every day. So we meet once a week for 3 weeks virtually, but then every day there are activities for you and you report. All right, for Mastermind is building systems that can work even when you're not working, the Leaders Mastermind. All right. We can share the details with you on WhatsApp or any other way that you want us to share. All right, so we come to the end of the session. I would say you have a wonderful night. See you next week, same time, 7 to 8 p.m. We keep giving and giving and giving. Have a good night. Which packages, Bogwa? Which package are you asking the cost? The 12 weeks is 60,000 shillings. If you sign up by Monday, we can give you a 10% discount. Have a good night. Nelly is asking that someone has to go through all the 3 sessions. Do you want to get the results that we have promised? If you want to get the results that you've promised, then you need to. All right. Okay, all right, have a good night. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you for participating. See you next week, 7 p.m.